Special meeting number 4 is now being called to order for the purpose of going into special meeting executive session for the purpose of to evaluate the professional competency of an individual whose appointment, hiring, performance, or discharge is being considered when necessary to prevent needless or irreparable injury to the individual's reputation, and that individual requests a closed session as per state code, chapter 21.5.1. It's hereby understood that the meeting of October 3rd, 2016 at 5 p.m. Thomas J. Smith Council Chambers is a special meeting called by the majority of the members of the Burlington, Iowa City Council. Notice of said meeting was personally acknowledged by each of the members, and publication has been made by the city clerk on September 30th, 2016.
Your Honor, I move we go into executive session for the purpose to evaluate the professional competency of an individual whose appointment, hiring, performance, or discharge is being considered when necessary to prevent needless and irreparable injury to that person's reputation, and that an individual requested an in closed session per state code, chapter 21.5.1I.
Second.
Before we go any further,
Do you want to do roll call?
Yeah, Kathleen, sorry about that.
Okay,
Excuse me.
that's okay. Davidson,
Here.
McCampbell,
Here.
Fleming, Scott,
Here.
Wilson. Here.
Okay.
So I reiterate my motion.
I reiterate my second.
Okay.
It's been made and seconded on the reiteration.
Okay. Right. Ready to vote on that?
Let's please.
Davidson,
Aye.
McCampbell,
Aye.
Scott,
Aye.
Wilson. Aye.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Let everybody know.
Yep. Wow, we got a crowd tonight. Okay. If I can get everybody, if I can everybody come have a seat, please. We're still in special meeting.
It's on there, I know it's on there. Yeah, yeah. Next to the last.
Okay, if I can get everybody's attention, please. We're still in session. The council has just adjourned the executive session, and now we've gone back into a special meeting. The special meeting, or the executive session, was to evaluate the city manager for his annual evaluation. So before we close out on this and go into our regular scheduled meeting, we're going to do comments from the council. So I'll just start with you.
I just think that we're very fortunate to have Jim here with us. He's been great from what I've heard. I've been here just a short time, but I think that you definitely put us on the right track, so thank you.
Councilman Scott.
I'm like Annie. I've worked with 4 city managers sitting in this seat, and I worked with another city manager prior to that in another capacity in the city. And Jim is absolutely the most professional of all that I've worked with, and that's not saying anything negative about the rest of them. It's just saying something positive about Jim. He's above reproach. He's absolutely professional. He's led us in the right direction. He's done. He hasn't been afraid to butt heads with council members when the time was right, and he done it in the most professional way. And I know I can be a tool sometimes, and he's let me know when I've been wrong, and I appreciate that. And the fact that he's able to explain it is even better. And he's never ever said to me that it's he won't tell me something because it's a need-to-know basis. He's always been very willing to talk about any of the business for the city with any of the council members. I appreciate that. Mayor, is this the time when we make recommendations on new pay scale for the city manager?
I mean, if you want to throw something out there, we're not going to do it actually officially for 2 weeks, but you can say what's on your mind now. Go ahead.
Well, we have to determine a scale that we're gonna go to.
Yeah, I think we should put that as an agenda item for our next meeting and talk about it then. Would that be appropriate?
You have to say what you're gonna wanna have put into that resolution. And maybe not, you can't vote on that, but you,
Okay.
No, that's
I
fine.
understand where you're coming from on that.
Yeah.
so.
Well, Mayor, you said earlier that we did start the city manager off at a lower wage than the exiting city manager, and that he had to earn his keep in so many words, and he did. He has, and he's, I think, brought us from the brink of bankruptcy to a pretty solid, sound financial position or direction, and that I think without having him here during the last 3-4 years and hoping to keep him here for the future, I think that we ought to offer him a generous salary to continue us on that in the right direction. And I wouldn't hesitate for a minute to recommend that we meet Cedar Falls salary range that last year's, 160,000. And I know that's a significant increase, but it helps make up for the shortfall in the early time with us, and says to him that, at least for me, that we appreciate what you're doing, and we hope that you plan to stick around for a good number of years. And I say that also that when Dubuque is always one that for some reason we're being compared to, and Dubuque is a very successful community, and that success came because they found a city manager and kept him around for decades. And you can point the finger a lot at that city manager for their successes, and I think you're going to be able to do the same thing for the city of Burlington. That's why I make that recommendation, Mayor, Council.
I appreciate everything you had to say. I agree with it. I was at 150, but I'm open. The man's worth his money. So I mean, to me, as long as we're grappling over how much of a raise we're going to give him, I'm a merit guy. You take care of their hands, to take care of you. So I'm all in. Mayor Pro Tem.
Obviously, I appreciate what our city manager has done for us. And back there, when he first came here, we were in tough times. And fortunately, council all banded together and agreed, and we hired the right man to come in and really help us. And I'm in agreement with you guys. He's earned, and he's worked hard, and he'll continue to work hard. I have no doubt about that. So I'm very pleased that he's here and that he's going to retire here.
What would you guys like to have presented then for the next meeting?
I would stick by the 600. That's where Cedar Falls is at.
Let's go ahead and put her down then. If you guys are satisfied with that, let's.
I can't say that I'm satisfied with that. I like your 150 number.
I'm satisfied with that. It's kind of hard to really say without Bob being here to get the extra. I'm not sure where you're at, but we can still.
Somewhere in the middle.
If we went with, are you comfortable with going with the 150, and we can always go?
Yeah, we can
Well,
make a
I guess
motion
either
to
way,
adjourn.
it's.
We can make a motion to adjust it
Yeah,
in 2 weeks.
yeah.
Right on, okay.
It's out there, it'll be public information, and we'll hear back from the public and see what they have to say.
There you go. Okay.
Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Moved in second. Kathleen?
Davidson,
Aye.
Campbell,
Aye.
Scott,
Aye.
Wilson.
Aye.
I'd just like to add one thing, Mayor, if I could. You've heard the discussion, and hopefully the media will get it out. If you have some feedback for the council, please call us and let us know, because we will be making a decision in 2 weeks on city manager's wage increase. Thank you.
Okay, we're